The title of today's lecture is The Perfect Path to Life and Resurging. The Perfect Path to Life and Resurging. And the subtitle, The New Science of Energy, Power, Happiness, and Longevity. The New Science of Energy, Power, Happiness, and Longevity. The topics we'll be covering have to do with emotion, attitude, and longevity, closeness to God and longevity, oneness with spouse or significant other, having a strong sense of purpose, constructive thinking, knowledge and application of the principles of physical health, right livelihood, respectfully real communication, fairness trumping money and power, giving account, creative expression, recreation and diversion, paying your bills, reflecting upon your life, treasure family, keeping your word, and power aging. So there'll be 17 categories that we'll be talking about in the topic of the perfect path to life and resurging, the new science of energy, power, happiness, and longevity. Now I'm going to ask you a question just to begin with. When you hear the title, The Perfect Path to Life and Resurging, but particularly the part, The Perfect Path to Life, what comes to your mind, Israel?
Happiness.
Happiness.
Good way of life.
Good way of life. And what do you say is the key to happiness?
Family.
Family. Very powerful, very powerful. What comes to your mind when I give that title, Flora? The perfect path to life.
There's a perfect thing.
Okay, so you get right away a little argumentative about it.
Well,
I'm just kidding. That's a natural thought to get. You say, what? The perfect path?
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand. But so it's a little provocative to you.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, what? The perfect path to life. It's a bold claim, right?
Yes, it is.
Very bold claim.
You're gonna have
It takes what we call in Yiddish some chutzpah to say something like that. Yeah. And then Nancy, what comes to your mind when you hear that title, The Perfect Path to Life and Resurging?
Well, it's like for us, sometimes, you have those perfect days, but it's not all the time. So also it's the way you see it. It might not be perfect for someone else, but it's perfect for you. So, for Israel, for example, family, it's the main thing. So if family's okay, that could be perfect for him, but for other people couldn't. So,
Okay, now what I'm going to be talking about is you're going to see the perfect path of life for you and resurging. And we've had a number of lectures on resurging, over 6 of them, on different facets, the new science of energy, power, and longevity. But now we've expanded into the new science of energy, power, happiness, and longevity, and they're all connected. So you're going to see parts of this that will apply to each and every one of you without exception. And so I'm going to stop at different points, and not one of you is going to say to me, no, it didn't touch on anything that didn't touch on anything that I consider the perfect life. You're going to feel when you hear this lecture, and those watching on DVD or listening on CD, that that is the perfect path. You're going to end up saying that. Even though you go, how can somebody say what the perfect path is? A universal perfect path for every human being. And the reason is every human being has similar needs. Nobody could be, for instance, really happy unless they're manifesting their potential, for example. If somebody's capable of great things and they don't do it, and they were given certain gifts in this life, they don't use it, they're probably not going to be happy. Whereas then manifesting that potential will be part of their path to life. There's some universal principles that we're going to be talking about. Very good. So that's the first part. Now we go to this part now, emotion, attitude, and longevity. It's a fact, a scientific fact that we now know that optimism, a positive attitude about life in the future, leads to a longer life. We know the mind-body connection. That's very firmly established. We all know that taking care of ourselves physically leads to a longer life, but we now know also empirically that the right attitudes lead to a longer life, and wrong attitudes and being miserable, depressed, resentful, shortens lifespan.